you're really, putting a lot of pressure on, you're reeling it pretty fast. Now, there are applications for every one of those scenarios in bass fishing, and then you also have different type of retrieves other than like a straight, say you got a straight medium retrieve, you can have a medium stop and go retrieve with it like that. You can have like a medium stop and pull. You can have a medium jerk retrieve. You can have a medium shake and retrieve. There's a lot of different types of actions that you can put on a bait based upon how you retrieve that reel. Now that's something that you can experiment with. Every single lure category has a little niche that works into. Say for example, jerkbait fishing in the wintertime. I like to use, just a jerk and I'll pull with it like that, like a jerk, pull, medium retrieve. Sometimes with different crankbaits, sometimes with a spinner bait, I'll just reel erratic retrieve just like that. So I don't really want to get into the variations of imparting action on a lure with the stop and goes. I want to talk more about a slow retrieve, a medium retrieve, and a fast retrieve when you want to use it. Okay, now a lot of this has to do with the lure category itself, because some lures are inherently made to be fished at a slow retrieve and others are made to be fished at a fast retrieve. And others, it can go either way, just depending upon how you want to do it. There are some lures out there that do not work good on certain retrieves. Say for example, if you're throwing a square bill crankbait. A square bill crankbait does not work very good on a slow retrieve. Or a lipless crankbait does not work very good on a super slow retrieve. Those baits need something more like a medium retrieve to actually get them to wobble, to get the action to generate the strike. Because if you try to fish certain lure categories like a lipless crankbait or a square bill or something like that with a super slow retrieve, you're not going to get any action out of it. But you want that action that's created by a little bit faster retrieve. There are other lure categories out there that you have to use a fast retrieve to actually generate a strike. Maybe like when you're burning a spinner bait across the surface, or burning a lipless crankbait, or burning some type of a shallow crankbait. So it depends on the lure category that you're using. And then some baits, like say for example, like if you're using a swim bait like this, you can't use a swim bait on like a medium or medium fast retrieve because it'll tend to roll to its side or blow out. So every single lure category sort of has that little quirk itself as far as a range of retrieves that it works the best under. Now that's one thing that you sort of have to learn that on your own as far as different type of the lure category, because topwaters, crankbaits, jigs, glide baits, swim baits, all that type of stuff they have little bitty things unique to themselves that you got to sort of learn. Maybe that's a topic for another video.